Just execution. Tonight was kind of a weird night. Did a lot of things right. Didn't walk anybody. A lot of first pitch strikes. Used all my pitches. Everything was working. But later in the game, typically, you win and lose ball games on your last 15 pitches. I mean, that's usually typically where the game's won and lost. And tonight, I had 2 outs and nobody on there in the 6th inning, and they were able to get a double, a single, and a single, and that kind of changed the game. And so, you just want to execute better in those situations. I didn't, and that's the only thing you really take away from that, because there's also a lot of good. It's so easy when you give up 5 runs and want to beat yourself up, and it's harder to sit there and say you did something right, because you always want to critique yourself, and I will, and I'm responsible for not executing off-speed pitches where I needed to, but there's also a lot of things I also felt like I did right tonight too.
What were the most encouraging things for you tonight?
Pitching. I felt like I was getting good rhythm, was executing pitches well, just left a couple pitches, in the middle of the plate and paid for it. But this game could have worked out a little bit different in a different way. That's baseball. So, you get division rivals like this. The line between good and great is so thin. Anything can change a ball game around, and I feel like that's what happened tonight. We're fine. We're competing. This is Major League Baseball. This is what happens. You want to go out there and be the best. And, there's times where you got other teams ready to beat you. So every single day is a new day, and hopefully with Virgo tomorrow, we go out there and we can win tomorrow. That was in flows within the division. We're in that ball game time. We could have won. That's what stinks. Things go a little bit different, and we win. We're a good ball club. Nothing's going to change that. So, that's baseball. You got to go out there and play well every single day.